Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna go in depth covering all of our sock styles. As you can see, I got a table of silky socks in front of me, and we've got a lot of styles now, and I'm gonna go in depth on uses, thicknesses, which ones are my favorite. I'm gonna even give you guys some ideas on how to start a sock brand, and of course, give you some deep dive into all of the sock styles we carry, so you can make an informed decision on which blank silky socks are going to be best for your next purchase. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay guys, so the way I like to think about it is we have three main kinds of socks, three main categories. We've got our athletic, our street, and our dress. So once you understand these three kinds, then the rest kind of flows smoothly. All right, so looking at our athletic sock, this is our most popular style of sock once you add up all the colors, and we do carry it in 14 different color foots. So you might be like, colored? I thought you don't sublimate colors. That's correct. We actually do not sublimate the foot. We sublimate from the ankle up. So the athletic sock, you only have to sublimate this white part, which actually makes it a really easy sock to sublimate. So if your heat press is about 15 by 15, no problem. You can sublimate this guy because your print area is just right here. Once you load it on the jigs, it's about a 10 by 8, including bleed area. So you have a very good print area, and that's why people really love this sock. Another reason people love it is because it's our thickest style of sock. The foot is nice and thick, and you can use it for basketball, football, baseball, soccer, so any sports. That's why hence we call it the athletic. It's also great for just daily wear. This is my number one. I'm always wearing a pair of athletic crew socks, so we also call it the crew because of the length, and I'll wear them in different colors, and each color has an interior that matches the foot color. So what that does is when you stretch the sock, it'll stretch into the foot color. So theoretically, let's say you sublimate a red all over, now you stretch it and it'll still give you a nice look after you stretch the sock. Hence all the different colors, but the most popular color is gonna be the black foot, the white top. This will probably be the second most popular color, the white foot, white top, or we just call it the white. Now you can't sublimate on the foot because it's cotton. So remember, all these athletic socks have a cotton foot, but you just sublimate from the ankle up. And I've got a few printed examples here. The vibrancy is just beautiful. So as you can see, the maroon foot here, and then we've got the sublimation here, and the interior is maroon. So that's the other amazing thing about this sock. The polyester on the upper half is just takes the print so beautifully that after you reveal them and make them, you're just gonna be like, wow, I didn't know that was gonna be so dope. And even our employees are just like, the wow factor when they make these socks is just something else. Now this is an example of a white background on a blue sock because the design itself has blue. So when you make one of these, you might want to use this sock, and then you'll just have a white sock with your logo on it. That's a good way to do it, but in this case we went with the blue foot sock just to kind of have a matching two-tone, so there is that option there. And then probably one of our more popular examples is going to be this black sock. So this was the before, and here's the after. Because some people look at this and they're like, I didn't know you can sublimate on black. But no, we don't sublimate on black. We use the black foot, black interior crew socks for that. So a safe place to start is going to be the athletic socks. We do have sample packs that include almost all the different colors, and they'll also include some jigs. Get jiggy with it. Here's the jig for the athletic socks, and I have plenty of videos showing you how to load the jigs. You can reuse these jigs over and over again and load them up to the same ink line every time as we did here. All right, so that covers my athletic socks. Next, let's go to the streetwear crew sock. So here's the streetwear crew sock with with a fully sublimated example. And the cool thing about this sock is, so it's a medium thickness. Out of the 3 styles we carry, this is going to be your medium thickness. And the cool thing I like to say about this sock is it's a full canvas. You can cover the entire thing. It's about a 95% polyester, 5% spandex, and you don't need to worry about anything. Like with this one, you can't print the foot, so for the people that want that more artistic look, they're going to want to go with this sock. This sock is also at a better price point than these athletic socks. So at 12 or more, this sock is only $250 per pair for your blank, whereas this one's $350. So something to think about, and we move a lot of units. If you don't take in that factor all the different colors, you just look at one SKU, this is gonna be our most popular sock right here. So a lot of skate and surf kind of brands, a lot of custom socks that want to do faces all over the socks, a lot of streetwear brands, graffiti brands, painters or artists that just want to see their artwork come to life on a full canvas. This is a great option for them. Now the jig you'll use for this one is, the jig you'll use for this one is our Streetwear socks jig. So the long length ones, you load them all the way up and you reuse these guys over and over again. So Streetwear jigs. Now we'll give you a little tip actually. You could, I haven't tried this myself yet, but you could buy a pair of these, cut them in half, and then even use them for the athletic socks. So just a tip for you guys watching on YouTube. Haven't shared that one yet with anyone, so try that out. Thirdly, dress socks. So our thinnest sock, the thinnest sock we carry, the dress socks. Now what I love about the dress socks, absolutely love about this sock, is it's got a cotton interior. Yep, that's right, a soft cotton interior. So when you put this guy on, it just feels really soft and comfy. So this is probably my second favorite sock. After the athletic, I'll wear this a lot. It's pretty thin, so I'll wear it for my daily wear, like at the office or if I'm playing sports. But I love to put it on sometimes at night when I'm home, just hanging out, just a little cozy in front of the fireplace. Now the actual uses for this sock, the reason why we created this sock was for wearing to weddings, like with your dress shoes, maybe corporate, so office setting. So if you need a thin sock to wear with your dress shoes or your church shoes, like they say, go with the dress sock. You can sublimate the whole thing, but it does have a black heel and a black toe. So obviously the black heel and the black toe will not take the sublimation print, but when I sublimate these, I load them on the same jig like the Streetwear sock, and we just dye sub over the whole thing, and then the print just doesn't show up on the black. As you know, the black will dominate the ink with the sublimation, but a very beautiful sock indeed. Now sometimes there'll be certain little areas where maybe some of the cotton seeps through, and that's normal on this sock because, like I said, it's a poly exterior and a cotton interior, but our factory is aware of it and they engineer it the best they can to make sure that the poly stays on the exterior and the cotton stays on the interior, but there is a little interweaving, so you might notice that when you do an all over sub on it, and that's normal, but still takes the print beautifully. Here's an example of that. So this actually comes in 2 colors. This is the white version, and then this one we call black. It's actually got a black interior, and this is our darkest sock. So it's the black interior dress sock, or we just call it black on our website. But so it actually gives you like a gray finish, but it's just the black interior coming through, and then the white exterior. And here's your printed look. So as you can see, it took the sublimation beautifully, but it gives you like a vintage dark look almost. All right, next, now that you know the 3 categories, athletic, streetwear, dress, we're gonna go into some of the variations. This is our knee-high sock. So it's the same construction as our athletic sock, but it goes up higher to the knee or right below the kneecap. So this part is polyester, this part is cotton, the same material as our amazing athletic socks. So it's very comfy, and uses for this would be like softball, lacrosse, baseball, and anyone that wants just that full leg coverage. And we do have separate jigs for these to stretch these guys a little wider, because as you get closer to the knee you need like a thicker finish. So we got these knee-high jigs. They're a little wider than our normal ones and they go up higher. Another variation, this is a newer product for us, is our compression socks. Yep, these are medical grade compression, our only style that carries actual medical grade compression. It's a 15 to 20 mmHg, and I just love the feedback we've gotten on this guy. A lady just posted from our Facebook group that she wore it on a flight to, I think she went all the way to Turkey or Dubai, but she said when she got there, after like a 15-hour flight, it still felt great. So that was very awesome to hear. And various people that have worn them that require compression socks had said they love them. They're able to keep them on all day, and it doesn't feel like, I gotta get these off, you know? And love to hear that. I like to press these with no jig. You just lay them down and press. It does contain a black interior, and it still comes out nice, and it doesn't stretch them too much, which is what you'd want with compression socks. So try these with no jig, but if you do want a jig, then I'd recommend using the same jig as our knee-high socks, and then maybe trimming it down some for the shape here. Another variation of the athletic socks is going to be our wide leg athletic socks. Yep, look at this guy, super wide, almost an inch wider than our normal socks. So you can see, here's the normal, here's the wide leg. See the difference there? Hopefully the camera picks that up. But the wide leg socks is made for people that have very thick ankles or wider around the ankle area, wider calves. Because a lot of people were asking for these, saying like, hey, I love your socks, but I just need something wider. Can you help me make that happen, or can you do that for us? And I was like, you know what, let me see what I could do. And then we had the factory special engineer these. They had to create a special tooling charge on us to make this happen and make them this wide. So it's hard to find a sock this wide. But we were able to do that with our wide leg athletic socks. They come in black and white, and they also come as a knee high. So with the knee high wide leg, what's cool about that is if you have a sport that needs shin guards, or you just have someone that wants a knee-high sock and they got some thick calves, which is very common, and then you're gonna wanna go with the wide leg. So try that out. I'm confident you're gonna love it. Okay, ankles. We do have ankle in the dress sock, streetwear sock, and the athletic sock. So the ankles, self-explanatory, similar to the three styles I just showed you, the crew, but now in ankle length. And I like to use the same jigs for those as the streetwear. So these longer jigs, you just load them up straight, but now you only have to load them up till here. So then you can cut off the excess and maybe use the excess for an athletic sock or something like that. So these jigs for the ankle socks. Let's get it. Let's continue. The no-show socks, guys. These have been one of our top sellers for sure. So after athletic and this one, the streetwear crew, it's gonna be the no-show socks. For some reason, people love these socks. And a quick story, I wasn't even gonna engineer these no-show socks. I was always under the impression that like, why would anyone want these? They're gonna go in your shoe, you're not even gonna see them. But people kept asking me for them at the Impressions Expo, like, hey, do you have no-show socks? Do you have no-show socks? And I was like, still, like, no-show socks, why would I want those? Then in my factory visit to China in 2019, I think, or 2018 maybe, I made a video about this. I was there at the factory and I saw some samples of some other no-show socks inserted into an insert like this. And I was like, huh, that's kind of dope. What if we can do that with our streetwear sock material? So what we did is we used the same material and we created this no-show sock out of it. And now we carry this in 5 sizes, extra small to extra large. And it comes pre-inserted, so when you get it, all you have to do is lay it down and press, flip it. You do want to use the roll technique and then press the other side and you're done. And now we've even added grips to it. So we've got a no-show socks with grips. So if you're one that wants to wear these around the house or around the kitchen, or you think your customers would, then go with the no-show socks with grips, or you can go with the standard no-show socks without the grips. So super hot product right here. And I also want to add one more thing. I think the ladies really love this product. My wife, she prefers to wear this every day or on a regular basis, more so than something like this or this, because she doesn't want her socks that high up on her leg on a daily basis. So think about that for the no-show socks. Ladies, maybe most popular design on a daily basis would be on these socks. Then maybe the ankle socks, and then crew socks for them, depending on their comfort level, if they want to wear high socks or not. So think about that as you're targeting different people and promoting socks. So next we've got these socks with grips also. These are our kids' streetwear ankle socks. They've got the grips, so a 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old might love these socks. My daughter, she is almost 5 now, and this is her favorite sock right here. It's got the grips so she could run around in the house and still you know, be safe, and you can sublimate right over the grips. It's pretty amazing, and they hold up their thickness and their grip ability, and you can sublimate the entire sock. And then of course this guy has been a killer and a great seller for us, the infant socks. So the infant socks, we carry them in 3 sizes, 0 to 6, 6 to 12, and 12 to 24 months. And they do run slightly big, so like the 0 to 6 might not fit a brand newborn, but you probably fit like once the baby turns like 3 months or so, depending on their size, you'll be able to fit them. So, and then you just lay these guys down and press. They also do have grips, which I think is super cute, because once they start walking around, we want to keep those little guys safe. Then finally, we've got our kids socks. These are kids socks, so bigger than infant socks. These are going to be for your, you know, 3 to 6-year-old kind of aged kids, depending on their foot size, of course. But it comes in extra small and double extra small. And this is the athletic version, so you just sublimate from the ankle up. We have this in white as well, so black and white. And then this is the streetwear version where you can dye sub the whole thing. Out of the kids socks, the streetwear version is going to be the best seller, because I think the kids just enjoy the full canvas. I know my daughter, she won't wear these because she's obsessed with pink and colors, so when it's black on the foot, she's just like, nah daddy, I'm cool. Can you make me these with an all over sub? And then we're like, yeah, we got you. Okay guys, that does it for my breakdown of all the sock styles that Silky Socks carries. Now let's get into some different ideas for your store. So one really good idea is pet socks. Yep, everyone loves pet socks. It's a trend that's been going on for a few years now. You take a sock like this, you have your client upload a photo of a dog or cat, and then you have templates pre-existing where you throw that into the sock all over. So what you'd want to do for something like that is have a few backgrounds already created on Photoshop or Illustrator. We have some in our digital files section as well that are available if you'd like to purchase one, where it already has like 3 or 4 boxes or circles where the pet's face just gets inserted. So when someone sends you a picture, then you place it into the file on those 4 or 5 different places. Now, another cool thing is a lot of people are doing this where they hire a freelancer for that design process. So after you get it going a little bit, let's say you're setting up 1 or 2 or 3 orders a day, and now you start to get to an average of 10 a day. There's plenty of designers out there who will help you set up those files, or you teach them how to do it once. You automate that process for yourself, where every day you're sending them those files, they're sending it back to you ready to sublimate. So that you could hire a freelancer, for example, in the Philippines or Pakistan, or China or wherever using Upwork.com, and they're willing and able to do that for you, where you send them the templates and you say, hey, every day I'm gonna have, or maybe it might not even be every day, it might just be as needed. You could hire them for example, an hour a day. It doesn't have to be an 8-hour a day kind of thing, or it could be an hour here and there as needed, where I'm gonna send you a bunch of logo, a bunch of faces, and I'm gonna have you put them on these templates for me, send me back the print file. And they'll do that for you. Believe me, I've done it with freelancers where they set up files for me on a daily basis, and it really works well and takes a big load off of your shoulders here at the office. Now, in addition to pet socks, another cool one is just face socks of humans, like men, women. So a nice gag gift is like, for example, a woman might put her face on some socks and gift it to her husband for like his birthday or for Father's Day, or the kids can do something like that, combination of the mom and the kids, you know, and same thing for the mom. So fun stuff can happen with the face socks. So maybe you have a few templates geared towards the pets and a few templates geared towards the humans, and you make that happen, guys. So another great idea is team socks. We do a lot of team orders here at Silky Socks. So, you know, like that's why we have all these different colors of socks where you can match up any team, basketball, football, baseball, breast cancer awareness, spring, summertime, anyone outdoors doing some sports or maybe even indoor sports, doesn't matter. The team sports vibe for the socks is a great way to show pride and team unity and something different in addition to their team uniform and their team shirts. So that's been real successful for us. And to match the colors, actually, we have a few resources. If you go to silkysocks.com, under the resources section, you'll find color charts. So what you want to do is you want to print out an entire color chart, then sublimate that onto a piece of fabric, then look at that and see, okay, this shade of red is the closest one, let me circle that, and when I set up my file, I'll use that shade of red to match this sock, and it'll be the closest thing there, and same thing for the pink, green, and all the different colors. So yeah, we have our color guide shows what we circled as our closest, but you want to output that on your sublimation printer to make sure, because there might be a different shade on your side that matches up these colors well. So team sports, team socks, a huge one. Another good one is clothing lines. So if you're an artist, if you have a cool brand and you're doing shirts, or some of your customers might have their own kind of cool clothing lines and brands, so the socks go really well for those. So something like the fully sublimated sock for like a graffiti artist or music industry, or whatever kind of branding you're doing now on shirts, but to do it on a pair of socks, that has worked really well. And also, again, it creates you some different merch than your usual, which sets you apart, and you can't go wrong with that unique feel. And that's what Silky Socks does for you, is give you something a little different than your normal everyday wear. So whether it's a brand for you, the sublimator, and you're making them per order, that's a great business model. So you have a bunch of designs and mock-ups on your website, the orders come in and you sublimate them and ship them out. That'll keep your overhead pretty low. So maybe you just have whatever styles of socks you want to carry for that. You have a few dozen or whatnot in stock, and then you have them listed on your website and you sell them that way. We have a lot of customers that do that. Speaking of the print on demand, that itself is a huge business. So if you have a website that does print on demand service, now you add custom socks to the mix, you throw up a few examples, and you let people upload their own photos and print them on demand as those orders come in. Now you've got a nice print on demand business in socks using some of the Silky Socks for your apparel business. So that's a huge one. That leads me to my next point, is you could be just the guy that does custom socks in general and be like that sockologist. So that means you can offer people custom socks of any kind and say, hey, send in a photo and I'll make you a pair of custom socks. I'll make sure it looks nice. I got you. So now think about what I just said there. you're taking the responsibility of covering them, and you're their custom sock maker. So now they're gonna trust you to choose the right style for their needs. And I wanna emphasize that again. When people are gonna come to you for socks, they're leaning on you to decide which sock you should choose for them. So now by you watching this video, you're 20-25 minutes into this video, right? They're not gonna do that. They're gonna lean on you, the sockologist, to choose the style of sock that works for them. So now you go back to them and be like, hey, I've got this athletic sock, it's super comfy, the cotton foot is amazing, and it's our thickest sock, so if you're gonna be using it for sports, why don't we make this sock for you? They'll be like, okay, cool, let's do it. You know, you see how you directed them and got their approval? And then if they come back and say, well, actually, I want something where I can print the full canvas. Do you have anything like that? You say, yeah, I got you, dude. We got our streetwear socks. Will that work for you? And they'll be like, yeah. Oh, actually, what if they ask for no-show socks? Oh, yeah, I got you. So you want to learn the entire product line. That way you can offer it and sell it and make recommendations. Because as you guys know, in business today, you want to be the guy, and then they'll be like, I got a guy for that, and you want to be that guy. All right, so that's why I'm doing this video, because I want to share my knowledge with y'all in terms of each sock here has a different use, a different specialty, and you know, it was put together with different use cases, and now I want you guys to learn those to then be able to effectively offer them. And lastly, you can apply the same principle on to generic logos or business logos. You can go to your bankers and your neighborhood businesses, corporate, and be like, hey, send me your logo. I want to throw it on a pair of socks for you. I got you. And they'll be like, okay, here you go. And then boom, up to you to make them something dope, gift it to them, give them a sample, and see if that turns into an order. I do have people that have shared with us, like one lady said she delivered a shirt order, threw in a pair of custom socks in there, and it turned into a 50-pair order. So there are examples like that, or by doing that, you create this deeper relationship. They're gonna remember you for the person who gifted them with a pair of cozy, comfy, custom socks. Who's not gonna remember that and wear it by the fire, wear it at home and enjoy it, wear it out and enjoy it, and then you strengthen that relationship with them, which eventually leads to more business and abundance. And it's just a great vibe and great energy piece. So another cool example was actually yesterday, someone from our team made 9 custom colored socks for a memorial service for one of their family members, and they said the socks were an absolute hit. So we love to hear that. I mean, think about going to a funeral service and you've got 9 different colors of socks, all with the same logo on them, all sublimated beautifully with a nice background color, and you know, that's gonna leave a lasting impression for sure. And happy to say that's a priceless one. I didn't charge her for that, just wanted to bless her service and just kind of play a little tiny part in that. And she texted us today saying the socks were a hit, so that makes me feel good. All right guys, I think that about covers everything here. Go out and be your own sockologist and go out and be successful in your business, selling custom merch and custom silky socks. And wishing you much love and success and abundance. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and even share off this video to your audience to hopefully show some more eyeballs and bring in some more business or whatnot. And you can also jump into our Facebook group, Sublimation with Silky Socks, where you could post questions there or learn from fellow sublimation printers. Not only myself, I'm posting in there daily, but a lot of our community is posting and putting their creations in there. And if you ask a question there, it'll get answered by myself plus many other sublimation printers. All right, hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next Silky video. Peace, let's get it. It's our thickest style of sock, and the way the cut. Cut, I need a break. Whew. 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Battery died, had to do that take again, so that was fun. But now I'm out. Peace.